Aussie.
Saturday night. Here I am on a Saturday night. Alrighty. Just getting ready. Now I think okay, if it's a slow start, I'm gonna make some cocktail videos. And if it's not a slow start, maybe no, hello, Heine. Apologies again, Heine. You did that long train trip and the gig got cancelled at the last minute. We'll postpone. We'll aim to do it in a couple of weeks because I've got something on next weekend. But maybe the weekend after. And Safa, hello to you, Saf. Oh, there you go. You had a bit of an adventure. Good. I like to take a positive out of it. So that's something. So yes, instead I had some Mexican food for dinner. I was going to be going out doing a video shoot. Didn't happen. So I got some Mexican food and now I'm here. Drinking eggnog. Last of this eggnog. I thought just this last little bit in the bottle and it just kept going. And it was like twice as much as I'd normally pour myself. So maybe I won't do any other cocktails because I'll be drunk enough off the eggnog. Loogie, hey, feeling better. Got some sleep. Well, okay, those are all good things. Stopping freaking out. No pizza tonight. That was going to be a thing. I got fajitas, like sizzling fajitas is really good. Mrs. Angry got these enchiladas that the place does, but I got the fajitas. So it's like the sizzling plate with the slices of beef and onion and capsicum and give me little tortillas and some salad stuff to put in. You just put it all in there and roll it up yourself. And very yummy. I normally get the enchiladas or the chimichanga, which are my favorites. They're still my favorites. This was good. It's good to change things up occasionally. Yeah. I suffered doing the soup bargains. Man after my own heart. $2 soups. Campbell's. Yeah, I had a fajita Friday on Saturday. So it was pretty good. I like this place. Like that eggnog. I'm going to make more eggnog tomorrow. Got a new batch I'm going to make because I finished that one. Be ready for Christmas in July. That's my grand theory. Ooh, now you want a chimichanga? Maybe some churros. Love churros. With some like liquid chocolate to dip it in. Yum. No, not Guzman and Gomez. Although I don't mind Guzman and Gomez at all. But it's just a local. Well, it's not right next to me. I had to drive to it. It's in Bentley. It's just called Mexico City. They used to have another outlet on Glen Huntley Road as well, but that one changed name and changed menu, and don't like it as much. Mexico City is favorite comfort food for Mrs. Angry and I. Just feels good to eat it. So good. So yeah, that was just impromptu. We weren't going to do that. Mrs. Angry was going to come along to the video shoot, and because Arcadia has nice food as well, and that didn't happen because they were busy. Lukey, you're changing your mead recipe, adding cold brew Earl Grey tea mixed with lavender chamomile tea, steeping in the fridge. Oh, letting those flavors mature. Okay. You're making some really nice flowery eggnog. Champion. Well, I decanted the blends that were in the barrels, and I can't tell them apart. I don't know which is which. The cameras and stuff here that probably aren't going to get used. Like this one and this one. Man, an absurd amount of angels share evaporation. There's a term in distilling describing, because there's a lot of evaporation when spirits are in a barrel for years, like 25, 50%, sometimes more. And they call that the angel share. Now, the 6 months I had that stuff in the barrels, it's like somewhere between 25 and 50% of it evaporated. So that's pretty wild. I think those barrels might be the end of their useful life. Maybe retire them. And if I ever get the urge to barrel age anything, get some new barrels. But I might do something with those. Might just make an old fashioned with that, maybe. I did not have a hangover. Bit sleepy, maybe. Again, I slept in the Zen room. I did not sleep. Wow, this bed's just messier by the day. Slept in the bed across the hall. So, like, my first stage in making a new batch of eggnog was making new syrup. I mean, my spiced apple brown sugar syrup, and I finished that and sort of bottled that just before the stream, and but I saved the apple slices and the cooking spices that were in there, and I was gonna maybe do a spiced spirit, which I did before, which was very yummy. But then a friend posted on Twitter that they'd made mulled cider for the start of winter. And I went, oh, no, that's what I got to reuse it for. Got to go out and get some cider and simmer this apple and spices, and probably slice up some orange and put it in there. Simmer that. Mrs. Angry and I are going to watch some shows tomorrow night and have some mulled cider. Be friggin' awesome. So that's tomorrow night's plan. I'm very much looking forward to that. Got to go out and get some cider tomorrow. I just think where to go. I'd probably just dance, quite honestly. Franklin, hello. One of my oldest YouTube buddies. Random Irish trivia. Oh, yeah, this is what I like. Random Irish trivia. Oscar is an Irish name, Irish mythology. He was the son of a hero called Oisin, who his son's named after. And I think I said that right. You have told me that before. Oisin is the main character in the Tia Na Og story. And means land of the young or land of the eternal youth. Anyway, Oisin's name means little deer. His mother was transformed into a deer by a druid. Oisin named his son Oscar, which means friend of the deer. See, it's great. Franklin, who, as I mentioned, one of my earliest YouTube friends, is Irish and speaks Gaeilge. I always go to him for pronunciation on stuff. So, yeah, when I pronounced that story, which I'm aware of that story, I'd always heard it said Tia Na Nog, but almost certainly mispronouncing that. Oh, okay. Sorry, Lugie, talking back to your mead. The last batch was a bit high ABV for you, but that stuff you're doing with the tea is toning it back a bit. Nice. Nice. So, yeah, I'm going to make eggnog tomorrow. The booze part of it is going to be a blend of whiskey, rum, and brandy. Erin go brak. Oh, that's right. Yes, sorry. Franklin is on Facebook, so I have to put that on screen. Yes, we were having this discussion just last night. Luigi learned a little bit of Irish. Fucking yum. So we'll ye with that. Oh, that's the other thing I have to do. I meant to do it today and didn't, and so it's like half empty. My infinity freezer martini. I need to do a blend. And it's the Elvish again. Hello, Dr. Abigail. Oof. Yumsy, yumsy, yumsy. So, no, I don't. I'm trying to think of freezer martini. I hit the freezer martini a bit last night. I'll just stop. Oh, I have to go and get the friggin' vermit. So, yummy, creamy, eggnog-y. Call Dr. Abigail Lady Galadriel. Hello, Megaleech. How are you this evening? Yes, it's Pride Month. It's corporate tokenism month. And may all the obnoxious bigots have a really uncomfortable month with rainbows in their face all month. Oh, glad you're good, Megaleech. Good to see. I actually, this eggnog is weird. Of all the batches I made, and I made a few batches since last Christmas, this one was different, and I'm not sure exactly what made it so different. So I'd occasionally go, not as good as the other ones. Actually, it's probably not as good as the other ones, but then every time I taste it, I go, no, that's actually pretty goddamn yum, quite honestly. Yep. Rainbow dildos flying at their faces. But yeah. I mean, fuck people who are that uptight, quite honestly. Okay. Just moving some stuff around. Hello, Hannah. How are you this fine evening? Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Everyone's chilling out on a Saturday night. Although I know it's like Saturday morning for Luigi. See if we get any other North Americans. And Franklin, who very briefly popped in from Facebook. I have no idea of that time zone. I think it's later in the morning than it is for Luigi. Let me look at the world clock. Where are we? World clock. Like, what is it in? Come on, goddammit. Dublin. Oh, it's actually a reasonable hour. 11:16 a.m. Quite a reasonable hour for Franklin. So 6 a.m. for you, Loogie. Does that mean you've been up all night, or you just woke up recently? Had a customer wanted to return a kettle with no receipt because it was faulty. She claimed the plastic. Well, that would be very disconcerting. So Galad Light, the real lady. So translates as Lady of Light. She's named Lady of Light. It's more likely her common name, not her secret elf name. Lady. Oh, you missed yesterday's stream. No, we did take the piss out of Donny a bit last night because he deserves it. So no, the melted plastic was limescale buildup from using the fucking. So it was like literally and been in use for a long time. Hey, EOR explores. Washington, US Pacific. See, when you put WA, I immediately think Western Australia. US Pacific time. All right, so yeah, you're normally up 2 or 3. Yeah, honestly, it's like when North Americans join, I thought, were you an early riser or an insomniac? Franklin is still here. Oh, you were driving. Tirna Noga. Noga. So it's Tirna Noga. There you go. That is my mangling of Guerga. Right, sun's up for Loogie. So Loogie's insomnia is your excuse. Nothing to be sorry for, EOR. I was just commenting that I automatically think Western Australia when I see WA, but I knew because of what you said you meant Washington. So she'd used the kettle for 6 months. Good Lord. Insomnia leaves a lot of time for hobbies. That is very glass half full. Franklin's, yeah, 11 a.m. You had your 4K swim. Nice. In the open ocean. You're a wild man. You like the name Istariel, meaning wise lady or lady wizard, and the common Westron tongue. There you go. Hannah, night worshipper, more intense than insomniac. Nice. So are you getting any summery weather, EOR, or does winter kind of hang on where you are? It's I've known a few people from the Pacific Northwest, and they have occasionally complained about winter hanging around. So you've seen WA, meaning Western Australia. So you keep having differentiate Washington. Oh yeah, Washington State versus Washington DC. Yeah, is very thing. So mild rain. Is that what the area's known for? Mild rain, good weather, nice. We had weirdly warm weather because we were like, late autumn edging towards winter, and we were getting 20 plus Celsius this week, which is ridiculous. Mind you, also probably the last time that'll happen before spring. So quite possibly the last time the temperature will reach 20 Celsius until August. Okay. So you're on the other side of the Cascades from the Seattle side of the state. Cool. So what's that, Hannah? Ryan's retirement homes. Oh, Vista views. Yeah, Vista means distant view. I live at distant view. Well, there's some people have refuted this being accurate, but there's a hill in England. It's called something like Torpenhow Hill, and the first 3 syllables are hill in different languages. People didn't realize that they all meant hill, and so people are saying technically the name of the place is Hill. And Avon just means river, like Shakespeare's on Stratford-on-Avon, the River Avon. So it's the river. Who gets 13 weeks of winter, honey? Yeah. Hey, Justin, how are you doing? Oh, God, Safa, you went out and bought the Freddo pack. Fair enough. So, Hannah, for you, it was wet and miserable every day. Every kid in town came in the store to keep them entertained. Toy sale in a couple of weeks, so there's toys everywhere. Made them nuts. Damn. Oh, yeah, very pleasant for virtually winter. Very weird. Hannah just owning it. You got warning labels, bad influence. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah, but we're supposed to have a warmer than average winter this year, but we'll see, I guess. Yes, Avon on Avon. Oh yeah. Oh, Avon calling. The old God, that's almost like the original fucking pyramid scheme. You're raised in the country, tend to wake up before the sun rises. Work to be done. The farm spirit. I get it. Saw a post recently is about how different languages first pointing to things trying to figure shit out. Yeah, and because you get, you know, either migrants or invaders or conquerors who speak a different language, and then everything gets all garbled up. When the Romans came to Britain, they asked the natives what river this is. River in Latin is also Avon. So they're pointing to a bunch of rivers going Avon. Yeah. And yeah, the English came to know it as River Avon, which means river. Actually, I'll get this story of Torpenhow. So it's Hill. Yeah, Torpenhow Hill. Okay. Claimed to be the name of a hill near the village of Torpenhow, a name that is tautological. According to analysis by linguists and locals, there's no landform formally known as Torpenhow Hill, either officially or locally, which would make the term of a ghost word. In 1688, Thomas Denton stated that Torpenhow Hill and Chill Church stand on a rising topped hill, which he assumed might have been the source of the name of the village. Denton exaggerated the example to a Torpenhow Hill, which would quadruple the hill element. So yeah, the Tor is English hill, Celtic pen, Danish ho, and hill. So Torpenhow Hill is hill. But the whole thing's apocryphal, apparently. Someone just made it up. Oh, no, I see you did farm stuff as well. There you go. Sorry, whenever I say Uruguay, I just remember Homer Simpson looking at the globe or an atlas going, yeah, look at the name of this place. You are gay. That's probably a very complex question about the Celts. They're not Celtics. Celtic is the culture. The people are Celts. And I'm sure the people in the north who are well, there's the different Celtic tribes, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. I'm sure they'd say no, the Celts haven't been wiped out. And a Spanish Yucatan Peninsula. Spaniards ask what it's called. Natives respond Yucatan. 2015 was discovered. Yucatan means I don't understand what you're saying. Okay, that's also possibly apocryphal because a similar story was floated about Australia. Colonizers, when they're seeing all the weird fucking animals, and they were particularly tripped out by kangaroos, and uh, pointed and asked the locals, "What do you call that?" And he replied, "Kangaroo," which, years later was supposedly discovered to mean "I don't know." Uh, Not a true story. So I suspect the Yucatan one possibly also not true. Hey, Strictly Sega. Okay. Good joke, EOR. Why does the NBA team go with Celtic? In Scotland, there is a football team and they're called Celtic. Everything's Celtic, but the sports team is Celtic. What the hell? Yeah, honestly, I think kangaroos are fucking wild. Giant hopping rats. What the fuck is that about? Now I want to look up the Yucatan. Yucatan meaning. And this telling, yeah, okay, so that story is on Yucatan. Mayan answered their question with the phrase Yucatan means hear how they talk. Okay, here's a discussion. Is it true? Uh, So, where is it? Claim means I don't understand. It's popular myth, not accurate. Yucatan believed to originate from the Mayan language. Few theories of its actual meaning. Yucatan. So there's a few variations. Yeah, no, it's probably not true. It's a thing when colonizers try to listen or to indigenous people, they often completely mishear what's being said, and so when eventually there's proper um, uh, academic study done of the language, it's like, well, that word doesn't exist, and it's just because the colonizers didn't hear it. Talking with Twitch streamer who has a real phobia of sloths. I don't know. I think sloths are kind of fun. So if your bus almost hit a kangaroo, they're a worry on country roads. Yeah, and like deer in North America. I mean, lots of people eat kangaroo meat in Australia too. No, we don't have sloths in Australia. Let's see if we can. They're such fun-looking creatures. There's even a question: are there sloths in Australia? Um, what does Wiki say? Evolution, distribution. That's what we want to look at. Central and South America. There you go. It's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Place names. A lot of Irish town cities, English anglicized versions are Irish. Yes, that happens a lot. English names don't really mean anything. Yeah, England invade, try to make local maps. Locals refuse to translate, made up English sounding words with a sound. Dublin comes from the Irish word Dublin, which means Blackpool. Hometown Tramore comes from Tramore, which means beach big, to name a few. There we go. We're learning. Kangaroo meat is very red and very lean, tastes very gamey. If you like game meat, it's extremely low fat. You might like kangaroo. Mrs. Angry likes kangaroo. I don't really like kangaroo. If bogans were native to Australia or invaded, what you call that? Yeah, it's fucking bloody whatchamacallit. Okay, Hannah, funny. There is a short comedy film. God, it's probably from the 80s or 90s. It's yeah, an Australian short comedy film called Barbecue Area. And it posits that white people were in Australia and black colonizers landed here. And when the black colonizers say, like, come in and claim the land, and there's these Australians cooking a barbecue at a barbecue area in a picnic ground, and the Aboriginal sailor goes, "What do you call this area?" And the Aussie goes, "Barbecue area." And so they spell it the way it would sound in an Indigenous language, is a barbecue area. Um, and the whole thing is just sort of taking the piss out of racist stereotypes. Rays, you're doing an amazing poo. Okay. There you go. Ray says slow cook roux meat, good with the right herbs. Franklin, reach your destination. Thanks for dropping in, man. Oh, roux meat is an extreme. It's actually more like deer. It's like game meat. And you have plush toys. Koala, kookaburra, and a panda. One of these things is not like the other. Yep. So EOR, in high school, a friend of mine was afraid of stickers. Went out your way not to disturb her. Oh, well, that's gay, looking after each other. Love watching Americans can't understand Australians. Can't energetic recounts. Got no juice with Kevo from Rocky. Yeah, a very broad Australian accent spoken quickly can very much confound North Americans. Not the only reason the British came to Australia, Justin, but it was a big driver. Losing the colonies and the US was a huge blow. You did an off-the-cuff Elven translation. Let me go. What did you say? Because I think I did miss it. Was it this one? Night Worshipper in modern Elvish is Mor Adnath, which does sound like a Lord of the Rings character. Again, not strictly speaking true, but because all the colonizers were traveling this part of the world looking for new stuff to claim, the French, the English, the Dutch. But it was a big part of it. It was definitely a big part of it. Right? So the Americans speak the best English because of the freedom. He says, thinking about immigration. Okay, you also had toys for a while. Post a picture of the Discord. Find out where it gets a bit, okay, I need to know this. Well, again, sides is a bit of an abstract concept. They were pretty big on, it was a double thing of, man, we've got all these convicts, and it's like, yeah, you could also ship them around the world and use them as slave labor to set up a new colony. So, Hannah, the toys, read the name of them. Go back over to Panda and Tiger. Okay. I need to open the Discord, obviously. I fucking hate how Edge opens another window when you're fucking... Patooties. Oh my God. Just even that name is bad. Okay, so let's have a look at Patooties. So Patooties. Zebra's called Kenya. Elephant's called Peaches. Monkey's called Murphy. Leopard's called Spots. Whatever the fuck that is called Nutmeg. Giraffe's called Herbie. Oh my God, they called the fucking panda Stir Fry? What the fuck? And whatever the fuck that is Pearl. Fudgy the bear. Honestly, that's pretty fucked up too. Foggy the sloth? Curry? Curry? Jesus Christ. Who the fuck came up with that? Because it's a Bengal tiger, we're calling it Curry? And the koala's called Nugget. Fuck Nugget, maybe. Those, honestly, Stir Fry and Curry? And Fudgy the bear is pretty dodgy too for other reasons. But fucking Stir Fry and Curry, what the fuck is that about? Eureka Stockade was pretty small. It was a small group of miners who were rightly pissed off at the authorities. Hell, if Ned Kelly had successfully derailed a train that had half the troopers in Victoria on it, that would have fucking changed Australia. But he let someone go who sold him out. I imagine someone would be in trouble. So, Hannah, you pointed out to the boss, we might need to bring that up. You solved them all. Well, problem solved. Just take the signage down. Yeah, no, that's a yikes. That Jesus, that's who the fuck did that? Oh my god. All right. I am going to go out and get myself a glass. Well, it's actually, I've got glasses. I'm going to go out and get myself a big thing of ice. Ice, baby. Get some ice. And then I'm going to use my barrel age stuff to make an old fashioned. And I'm so bad with the palate, I can't tell which of those is whiskey and which of them is mostly vodka. I mean, yeah, Justin, kind of, sort of. Not a million miles removed. Both insurrections or acts of insurrection against authority that people didn't like. Ray's getting ready for work. All right. Have a good one, man. And Hannah picking up online order. What the fuck is this? Honestly, those names are dodgy as fuck. Suffolk grew up near Glen Rowan. Did primary school play about it. Nice. You won't lie. Watching him go from confused to, oh fuck, we're going to get letters was entertaining. That is wild. That means a lot. Okay. This will only take, I don't know, 30 seconds for me to go and get this ice. I can feel that fucking eggnog. I'll tell you that for free. Alrighty then. Got a glass with some ice. Just need my jig in to measure it because I'm not a fucking savage. What will we do now? What are we going to do? I think this one's the whiskey. It's darker. So I'm going with that's whiskey because it's darker. Oh, the bottle. Sorry, I keep forgetting how much the bottle with the creepy face bothers you, and it would have been on show when I went away. They're saying Boston Tea Party and Eureka were taxation without representation. I think Eureka was also about direct violence from the troopers. How many people were in the meeting room? Yes, yeah. I mean, every time I see something that's weird and fucked up, that's exactly the thought that goes through my head. Like, how many people were involved in making this decision and validating this decision and letting it go to market? It's wild. People have got to learn to speak up and say, actually, no, that what you're saying there, that's a bad idea. Bad idea. Look, you lived in the Caribbean for a while. I mean, visually sounds nice. Yes, Arthur, there is a new Bad Boys movie. Not particularly enthused about it. What are you saying for a vacation? San Juan. No, I think Eureka and Glenrowan were quite removed, but we're on the internet. We can find out. Let's look up Eureka Stockade. 30th of November, 1854. Miners at Ballarat swore allegiance to the Southern Cross flag at Bakery Hill. That's whiskey I have named after Bakery Hill. They were disgruntled with the way the colonial government was administering the goldfields. When the stockade on Sunday, 3rd December, 1854, when the stockade was only lightly guarded, government troops attacked. At least 22 miners and 5 soldiers were killed. From 1853, miners began to gather at monster meetings to voice their concerns about the licensing system. They alleged the police were extorting money, accepting bribes, and imprisoning people without due process. Many of the miners were politically engaged. The situation in the goldfield was tense as police ran license hunts to track down miners who hadn't paid their fees. 6 October 1854, Scottish miner James Scoble was killed in an altercation at the Eureka Hotel in Ballarat. Proprietor James Bentley was accused of killing Scobie. Court inquiries held and Bentley was quickly exonerated. Miners sensed a miscarriage of justice, in part because one of the court members, John Dews, was a police magistrate known to have taken bribes from Bentley. Well, that would make you think something was wrong. Yes. So Eureka Stockade was 1854. And the Glen Rowan, the Kelly standoff at Glen Rowan, when was that? God, there's Glenrowan and Kelly country. That's just all that's fucking coming up. For fuck's fucking sake, how many fucking references do there have to be for fucking accommodation? Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking Google has started fucking auto-completing when you fucking search. It's got me a couple of times. Jesus fucking Christ. The showdown at Glenrowan was 28th June 1880. So that was 5 years before Eureka Stockade. So, I mean, very contemporaneous, basically. Well, it's Twister reboot, Beetlejuice sequel, Crow reboot, Beverly Hills Cop sequel, Roadhouse reboot, a Ghostbusters reboot sequel, Omen reboot spin-off cash-in, Exorcist reboot spin-off cash-in, Godzilla sequel, Godzilla reboot sequel, really. Garfield, yeah, reboot. Inside Out sequel. Dude, in the 1880s, everyone was fucking racist. Sorry, like that. Abigail should indulge in low-level shenanigans, get 100 tiny plastic ducks, hide them everywhere. Oh, is there actually a new Alien movie coming out? I kind of thought there was, but I wasn't sure if it was a movie or a game. Transformers sucks so hard. And Saw's been flogging a dead horse for more than a decade. I did hear something about another Gladiator movie. Oh yeah, Wicked, the stage show, is going to be a movie. Haven't used. Sorry, you have a bunch of tiny resin ducks. Haven't used Google as a search engine in so long. I still use it. I'm old and boring. Contemporaneous, new word, Mians, happening at around the same time. Oh yes, Blade reboot 2. Yes. I may well have tiny resin ducks. Who knows? Ooh, you got to try moonshine rum, the real good stuff. Are you talking about in the Caribbean? So I'm assuming you mean like unaged rum. Is Blade not coming out till next year? Yeah, they're kind of, the people who make decisions in Hollywood in particular are extremely conservative. You love Wicked as a stage show, terrified to see it as a movie. Something about Ariana Grande fucking it up. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. All right, so this was... Oh yeah, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it, Strictly Sega. I decanted the blends, whiskey blends that were in the barrels. One of them is whiskeys, and the other one is mostly vodka, but also this weird diluted scotch that I found in a bottle shop. And I can't really tell them apart because they've just got all the barrel flavor. Is there really a Naked Gun reboot with Liam Neeson? That sounds genuinely unintentionally funny. All right. So, okay, 2 bottles, Strictly Sega. This one's a little bit darker, which is what I'm arbitrarily saying it's the vodka one. See, this one's a bit lighter. So I'm saying this is the vodka one, and this is the whiskey one. But I didn't put labels on them, so I'm not sure. Oh, and some bitters for my barrel aged. Okay. Oh, actually, I still have a little bottle of the house blend. I could... All right, a sec. I'm going to put some orange peel in here. I'll remember the label now they're in the bottle. Well, except there's almost no point labeling them because I don't know for sure which is which. I'm assuming the lighter one is the vodka one. Oh, I love the smell of orange oil. Like you just peel it and it feels there. Okay. And a cherry because I'm special and I deserve it. Oh, someone raiding me on Twitch. Prospel, hello, from Matt V88V. Well, thank you, fine people on Twitch. I'm just hanging and chilling this evening. I'm making myself a little... I'm trying to stab a cherry at the moment, and I'm failing. Good things come to those who wait. I got 2 cherries. Nice. Put them in the old-fashioned. Oh, thanks, Prospel. Oh, and also, as I always tell people from Twitch, I use a service called StreamYard to restream to multiple platforms. Most people watch me on YouTube. Some people watch me on Twitch. Occasionally, some people even watch me on Facebook. Was that another Karate Kid reboot? Really? Is it Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio? I watched a bit of that series, which I think started on YouTube and then moved to Netflix or something, Cobra Kai, but only a bit. Kind of interesting. I know some people really liked it. And, you know, it's the same 2 characters who show down in the first Karate Kid, 30 years later. I mean, Jackie Chan is a bit of a legend, no two ways about it. But it's all good. They're just stirring my old fashioned. See if the barrel aged house blend makes a good old fashioned. In fact, after this, because I was moving some bottles around and I thought, what's that? Oh, it's the house blend whiskey. Oh, that's really good. The sugar syrup I used is this one. Nice color, homemade lily pilly sugar syrup. Lily pilly is a native fruit that grows on a tree in my yard, not just in my yard. The local park had a tree that had a huge amount of fruit on it too. And I collected a bunch of it, cut it in half and cover it in sugar. Sugar absorbs the moisture out of the fruit and absorbs the color too. So that's lily pilly sugar syrup. It tastes very lightly like peach. What the fuck? Tastes very, very lightly like pear. It's very tasty, but that makes a really fucking good old fashioned. Loogie, because I was running around doing stuff, I haven't looked at the video yet. I probably will tomorrow. So we're talking about more things. So Red Sonja barely counts as a reboot because I don't think many people know there was a Red Sonja movie. Failed really badly. Another Matrix. Good Lord. 28 years later. Yes, I remember that. Oh God, are they trying to do Chronicles of Narnia again? I mean, I don't blame them because it's a lot of books. It's a lot of material. Oh God. A reboot of Cliffhanger and an old Sylvester Stallone movie. Jesus. That's friggin' wild. Man, it's just a thing, isn't it? The sequels and reboots. One of your finest works. I am looking forward to seeing it, Loogie. I'll almost definitely tomorrow. I did not see the Tyson versus Logan Paul stare down. It's just very disturbing. He's going to get in a fight with an old man. But who friggin' knows in this wild and crazy world what'll happen? Man, that's a really fucking good old fashioned. Fucking yum. I just think the fight's crazy. Why was it postponed? Because Mike Tyson had a senior moment. I don't know. Like, actually, how old is he? I'm here mocking him. I'm probably older than him, but I haven't been punched in the head as many times. Mike Tyson. I am older than him. Okay, cool. Just barely. We were born a couple months apart. Okay, postponed after concerns over Tyson's health. Well, fucking course. Fell ill on a flight. He became nauseous and dizzy during the final hour of a flight from Miami to Los Angeles. Plane was met by first responders. Tyson's camp attributed the episode to an ulcer problem. Recommendations: Tyson do minimal light training for a few weeks, then return to full training with no limitations. Hasn't fought professionally for 20 years. Training regularly for several years. Fought Roy Jones Jr. in an entertaining exhibition in Los Angeles, November 2020. Jake Paul, this may have bought you some time, but in the end, you'll still be knocked out and out of boxing for good. I appreciate everyone's patience. Can't wait to deliver an unforgettable performance later this year. Texas boxing officials have sanctioned Tyson's meeting with Paul as a legitimate bout with 8 2-minute rounds and unusually heavy gloves. Tyson will turn 58 before the fight. Scheduled to be streamed on Netflix. What's likely to be a massive payday for both fighters. Good Lord. Fucking ridiculous. You reckon Mike Tyson will win? I mean, maybe. So strictly say it's not just reboots, video game movies because Mario and Sonic did money. Toy movies because Barbie did. Yeah, there's got to be some super fucking embarrassing toy movies. Definitely. Loogie, not gonna lie, your own YouTube channel is a massive ongoing shit posting. Is that shit posting though? Oh yeah, Mike Tyson's version of Rocky Balboa. That's a good call, Safa. It's definitely a thing. Mm. Okay, if nothing else, the barrel aged house blend makes a really good old fashioned. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I think he's quite on the money with that comparison. Yeah. Excited to see Inside Out 2 because you're an adult. I really enjoyed Inside Out 1. Ooh, Dr. Abigail, a long post incoming. Okay. Bracing. I haven't heard of a Barbie movie 2, but of course they'd be pushing very hard given the success of Barbie 1. Mm. Ooh, that's a really good old fashioned. God damn. Oh, okay. So no Barbie 2. Makers refuse. But I mean, because the people who made the Barbie movie had too much integrity to do a thing. Yeah, but they don't own the rights to Barbie. So I think studio would probably be willing to talk to Mattel about doing it. Barbie 1's quite entertaining. I enjoyed it. Feel like the Barbie movie was clever in terms of how they did it. Didn't think the plot was terribly engaging. Yeah, I thought it was good fun. And just all the references um, to Barbie toys was really good. It's very funny. And yes, surprisingly grown up for a movie about toys. You agree, Sega? It was fun. It was fun, definitely. Picking up all those references. Oh god, Dr. Abigail's been doing Elvish translations. Too long didn't read. Angry Aussie in Sindarin is Ruthul Haradiden, long version. Tried to make a modern translation for Angry Aussie into Sindarin, which is difficult for the Aussie part. Well, the Southland? Isn't that what Australia actually translates as? Yeah, assumed it meant southern men, yeah. Men in Sindarin being the race of men, gender neutral, another story. That must do. Not just regular men, which would be Haradrim. Oh yes, the way Barbie moved, she just floats out of the floors because she can't use the stairs. Yeah, there was so much fun stuff like that built into it. I think there were some decent original titles. Fall Guys not original. It's a reboot of a TV series. Okay, I'm not familiar with the existence of a game called Jet Lag. They tried to throw a shrimp on a Barbie doll. Hannah wants a translation of "Leave me the fuck alone, you idiot" for work. Nice. Yeah, but the character's even called Colt Seavers, isn't he, in the Fall Guy movie? That was the name of the Lee Majors character in the TV show. So anyway, we're back to the name thing. Using Edain as men who started with elves from the first stage, like Dunedain, men of the West. If you take Hadrim in men of the South, Sindarin word for angry being Ruthul, you get Ruthul Haradidan. Oh yeah, you have to be as old as me to know the original Fall Guy, basically. So then that's the interesting thing. They're not actually looking to cash in on the original show because anyone who remembers it is not sort of major movie going group. The Fall Guy movie is aimed at much younger groups who wouldn't know the show at all. I don't know. Everyone went to Australia at some point in the shows. The fucking Love Boat went to Australia once. Feel like the plot of Barbie let down how clever it was. Yeah, I'm not sure of the rewatch value of Barbie. Sorry, what did I miss, Justin? What are we saying about YouTube channels and looking up? You got to remember, my brain doesn't work too well and I forget things. Oh, right. Jet lag. Yes, okay. There's a game they play on a YouTube channel. Okay. Barbie and Oppenheimer both watch once? Yeah. I'm probably no urge to watch Oppenheimer again. Hannah came across a YouTube channel, the most pure joy Aussie guy named Bo Miles. He ran a marathon around his block, 1 mile an hour for 24 hours. In between, did odd jobs on his property. Okay, that's kind of funny. Ah, it's too bad. Can you just come up with a good insult in Sindarin? Everything he does, he's very just in it for the sake and the beauty and the peace in it. The name sounds familiar. Let me see here. All right, not so much that one. What YouTube am I logged into here? Okay, that's a good one. So, Bo Miles. He sounds familiar. 761,000 subscribers. Walking 90 kilometers to work changed my life. My longest run ever, 220 kilometers, a bloody long run. Eating my body weight in beans. Okay. He does some interesting stuff. So he's planted a forest for 24 hours, visited 2 years later, is wandering through the trees, chatting to them about how much they've grown. Nice. And he does good quality filmmaking. Nice. Okay, that's weird. There's a movie with Cheech Marin called Throw a Shrimp on the Barbie. I did not know here. And over here, because we have different names for movies, it's called Boyfriend from Hell. I feel like I've actually seen that title. There you go. There's an elvish insult for people who are annoying you, Hannah. Dolgin Coffin means your head is empty. And is making a note. Nice. Okay, what did you post in the Discord, Lukey? Oh, a little video saying hello. Okay. I'll try and watch that tomorrow too. Here we go. Oh, that's fucking yummy. Very, very, very good stuff. The fruitiness of this goes like perfectly with that whiskey blend. Yummy, yummy. Okay. I'm gonna do 2 things. 2 things, yeah. Do this. Oh! Now, Can I like? You know what? I'm just going to stand here. You know what? I'm going to turn it around so as to not traumatize Dr. Abigail. Yeah, turn the creepy face around so it can't get you. So I was going to. Ooh, where did I see it? Is this it? This is it. Okay. This is the unbarreled house. Wait a second, I should get shot glasses. Oh. The unbarreled Huisblend. Und I compare it to the barreled one. It is, for a start, much, much lighter. So, okay, barreled for nigh on 6 months. I know, Loogie, you swear a lot. I don't know how I'll cope with that. Okay. All right, so first thing the barrel does is radically change color, like very light, unbarreled, much darker, barreled. So she could say that you left the chat early. You're getting a bit tired. Chucked on a movie called Smiley Face with Anna Faris. Better than you're expecting. Like a stoned, uncut gems. There you go. All right. Is it rumor-wise? Not a huge difference, but here, taste-wise. Lukey getting more coffee? I was tired. I went to bed at about midnight. I think it was like slightly after midnight. Ooh, man. Okay, this house blend whiskey is nice. Mmm. Ooh, real honey and vanilla sort of notes in that. Very yummy. Okay, and the barreled one. Huh. Ooh. Oh, it's got the barrel char. So it's not really smoky, but it's picked up the extra sort of oakiness from the charred barrel. Do you mean not last night, the week before? What time did I go to bed? I think that was more like 1 a.m. the previous week. Hmm. The barreled one is a significantly different thing. Spicier. Whew. Ooh, and it's kind of like almost like burnt honey flavor. Like not in a bad way. It's funny. So you left about half an hour before I packed up. Yeah, it was only I only went to a bit after midnight, and it's just like, you know what? I'm friggin' tired. And then I slept till about 9 this morning. So not really sleep deprived at the moment. Got a whole thing. Okay. So there's one thing I want to do. I just wanted to try that whiskey blend before it was barreled and after. And before I forget, I have to go out and get... Oh, no, I can just friggin' do that. I'll leave some space for vermouth and water. Did I dream of drinking more alcohol? No, but I had... Okay. Anyone who likes to interpret dreams? I had a dream the other night, and I fucking remembered it after I woke up because it was so weird. Okay, so I'm somewhere like a train station. There's people around, and they're little kittens, like, as you know, like some, street cat has had kittens, and the kittens are wandering around. And someone picked up one of them and was like, "Oh, a kitten." And then I saw one running along saying, "I should look after the kittens." And I went and got one, and I picked up this little kitten, and it had 3 heads. It was like 2 of the heads were the same size and were like both coming out of its shoulders, and there was a 3rd head that was behind those heads that was smaller, and it seemed perfectly happy, like all 3 heads were going "Meow." And when I remembered it in the morning, I just go like, oh my god, if someone's into interpreting dreams, what the fuck are they going to make of that? 3-headed kittens. Not kittens, it was one 3-headed kitten. So I usually don't remember dreams. I'll often wake up going like, I feel like I had really fucked up dreams last night and they were really intense, but they have completely faded now that I've woken. But every now and then I remember things. And I remembered the other day the dream about the 3-headed kitten. And I was like, wow, that seems like some very powerful symbolism. Dreaming of 3-headed kittens. What in the actual fuck? So, Seth, you thought you saw someone wearing a hoodie with a Russian flag and rooster on it, but you're not sure. It could have been your imagination. I like that, honey. A heart and 2 lungs, and you're so healthy. I'm on board with that particular interpretation because it says something good. Anyway, while I think about it, okay, gonna build up the infinity martini. So we want. I think this lime gin and the dry gin and a Navy strength gin. 3 gins. All right. Which Navy strength gin do I have open? Brogan's Way. 57.2%. Take that, say. I'll start with 2 ounces of each Canberra Dry and see how much that fills up the bottle. 2 ounces. Oh, I think I'm going to be putting more in. 2 ounces of the citrus gin. I'm going to do 3 ounces of Navy gin. Okay, now I'm going to do a wild card. I'm going to put a little bit of something else. Maybe a sweeter gin. Oh, maybe I don't want to put any more gin in. What? Because that's maybe just space for vermouth and water. I could do a sweeter gin. Or, okay. So there's something surprising, a little curious cupboard of mystery. that I could put in? Something pretty? Ooh, cinnamon. Ooh, Galliano. Damn. Much of the cinnamon ones left. I'm going to just put the tiniest amount of this cinnamon liqueur in there. That's just the surprise bit. We'll see what that does. I'm not drinking it tonight. I'll put it in the freezer. Sometime in the future. All right. Job done. Did I get a Facebook invite? What was there a Facebook invite about? I got a friend request from something that's obviously a porn bot. Hey baby, come play my free sex chat room and collection of hot photos and videos. Click here to connect to live cams. Is that what you're asking me about? I think we'll just report this. Okay. I just have this wild and crazy idea that that's not what you're referring to, but maybe you were. So strictly saying, your take on the kitten dream. Need to be gentle, overwhelmed. 3 years is maybe feeling pulled in different 3 heads is me being pulled in different directions. That's nice. I've heard of that brand, Folgers. I'm not a coffee person at all. Oh gosh, this is a question people often say, like, because Australia and England all use electric kettles, but we get things about people making on the stove or sticking it in the microwave. Yeah, I don't know. If it's not something you want to say openly, Dr. Abigail, maybe you can message me on Discord. Or if it is something you want to say openly. You have a metal Hamilton Beach kettle. Nice. So you're a normal human, not one of those people who does weird things, microwaving their hot drinks. Very strange. Very, very strange stuff is all I'm going to say. No, and I feel like I did get the thing. Yeah, I think it's more like a freaking custom thing rather than a legal thing. They're not using kettles, but and yes, any reasonable electric kettle reaches a particular temperature, then cuts out. Yeah, that's what I hear, Micro. Most Americans don't have an electric kettle. Who knows? Who knows indeed? It's a strange and mysterious world that we live in. Have my non-alcoholic drink, 'cause I'm vaguely responsible, but only kinda, sorta. I don't know why I'm singing the I'm Vaguely Responsible song, but here we are. Yeah, you're far more up on constitutions. I don't think anyone reads the Australian Constitution. Is that something about criminal conviction would stop you from serving? It's kind of like, I think, if you went back in time to the, creators of the Constitution and said, "Hey, why didn't you put a thing in the Constitution to say if you're convicted of a felony, you can't be president?" Because I feel like they'd say, "Why the fuck would we have to? No sane person is going to vote for a convicted felon to be president." So, are still talking about your kettle made of metal. If it breaks, rip the electronics off it. Keep using it to make coffee. There you go. All right, section 44 of the Australian Constitution, the disqualification section. So I'm assuming it says the thing about criminal convictions. Interesting point about Trump and second citizenship, because his mum was Irish. Mike, you reckon it would depend on the felony? I mean, the felonies Trump's convicted of are very much at the minor end of the felony scale. But they're fairly indicative of his fucking character or lack thereof. Safi, you reckon you looked up you can't work in the West Wing if you're a felon, but you can be president if you're a felon. You mean like intercepting someone else's mail and reading it is a felony? Yeah, there's some pretty lightweight felonies. Oh yes, get plastic cattle every few years because they're very cheap. Yeah. Anyway. Luke, you got a bit worse from the wear, from celebrating a bit hard. It's something we all do well, not all. It's something many of us do from time to time. As they say, it is what it is. My sister posting pictures of Twilight footy in Dubbo. My, how they've moved up in the world since I was there. Hey, 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 hey. So I was just saying really weird things. No, I didn't hate Victoria when I lived in Dubbo. I mean, it kind of was a thing when you're in New South Wales that you shit on Victoria, but I was not really into it. I do remember when I moved from Sydney to Melbourne, packing stuff up in a truck. Like we had a removalist, And the guys were making all these disparaging things about why would you move to Melbourne? And all the stereotypical things about why Melbourne sucks. And it's just like, yeah. No, first time I visited Melbourne is when I came to live in Melbourne, basically. Like my ex had family. Actually, okay, so my ex had family here. So I probably visited multiple times before moving here permanently. Oh, not probably. I did. I was here multiple times before moving here permanently. Michael want coffee but can't afford it. Oh, this is not fair. God damn, dude. Fucking rough. So if you visited Melbourne Airport in 1999, I drove to Melbourne multiple times before I ever flew in or out of Melbourne. But that's the way it goes. Ooh. Should I put some bitters in my martini? Maybe, maybe not. I'll try it without bitters sometime, and then I'll maybe put bitters in it. Who knows? It's a wild and crazy and complex world, and anything can happen. Oh, I regularly have no idea why I say the things I say, but I say them anyway. I'm just randomly looking at news headlines, see if anything happening. Explosion destroyed a home in Sydney. Search underway for person believed trapped under rubble. Good Lord. Defense Minister Miles raises unsafe Navy encounters in frank talks with Chinese Defense Minister. Damn. Teenagers charged over armed carjacking. Calls for violence and a reckless claim. The fallout from Trump's guilty verdict. It's on SBS News. First former US president to be convicted. Yes. Trump's campaign said it raised 35 million from small donors, which is honestly probably true, but who knows? 10% of Republican registered voters said they were less likely to vote for Trump following conviction. 35% said they were more likely to support Trump. 56% said it won't affect their vote. A previous poll had said in April, 1 in 4 Republicans said they wouldn't vote for Trump if he's found guilty in a criminal trial. We will see. Some Trump supporters called for attacks on jurors, the execution of the judge, an outright civil war and armed insurrection. And of course, Trump's going to appeal. Of course, he is. Biden called Trump's claim reckless, dangerous, and irresponsible. Trump was given every opportunity to defend himself. It's a state case, not a federal case, heard by a jury of 12 citizens. Albanese had a relatively neutral public reaction. Regards the verdict as a matter for the United States. Damn. I'm really interested to see what a punishment the judge actually says, which is going to be suspended pending a appeal. But I think Micro, I get what you're saying, but that's not realistic or practical. Trump is the Republican nominee for US president. He's an horrifically dangerous individual and represents horrifically dangerous ideas. Not talking about him is not going to achieve anything. And yes, you're right, Justin. People saying they're more likely to vote for Trump. That's a bizarrely meaningless statement. Um, the only thing that matters is if anyone who says they're less likely to vote for him actually follows through on that. Oh yeah, I mean, but any Trump appeal is going to take ages. Well, yes, technically Trump is the presumptive nominee, but there is no one running against him. Okay, Chaz from Planet America. I don't know who that is. Again, Micro, fundamentally, completely, and utterly disagree with you. He's a gross, disgusting, bigoted, uh, irresponsible piece of shit. Uh, he empowers murderous people and uh, understating the danger he presents is uh, absolutely wrong. Oh, Planet America is actually Australian. Chaz Liccardo from The Chaser. Okay. Okay, now I know who we're talking about. I suppose theoretically, there's an outside chance the Republican Party could say, because of the criminal conviction, they refuse to allow um, Trump to be their nominee. But it's not going to happen because they're fucking cowards. They are just spineless, lickspittle cowards. I mean, yes, the idea of Trump in prison is funny, almost definitely not going to happen. But hey, it's a wild and crazy world. Who knows? Hey, music elevator, was this more rehearsals or an actual performance or just being out and about? And hello and welcome. Uh, no, I'm not. Well, okay. I say I potentially am being emotional about it. I think the way you're being dismissive is a rejection of reality. Trump literally and specifically and directly inspired armed insurrection that involved people getting killed. And he continues to use violent rhetoric, inspiring violent behavior in more and more things. Safa, short answer no about civil war. That is hyperbole. Yeah, well, Micro, I'm just going to say that makes no sense and is actually a really fuckwit cunt thing to say and do. Um, I'm just going to say it. And that's an emotional response from me that is childish and fucking stupid. Uh, Trump is an active danger to millions of people. He is an active danger, advocates violence against anyone who disagrees with him. Every marginalized group is at risk of violence because of Trump's rhetoric. And just glibly saying nah is fucking meaningless and is super fucking childish. So I have no idea what you think that statement means. Literally no idea what you think that statement means. Trump is a liar, a fraud, a bigot, an instigator of violence. Queer people, black people, basically anyone who's not a white heterosexual Trump supporter is in physical danger of a second Trump presidency. It is that simple and that straightforward. And the idea of saying someone who is as much of a fuckwit as Trump is not dangerous in the most powerful political office in the world, that is absurdly fucking stupid. Absolutely moronically, unbelievably stupid. And again, this is where I go in Wikipedia talk, citation needed. What are you talking about? I'm not overly emotional. You're being childish and fucking stupid. You could argue that's an emotional response, but all right, I'm going to try and find a thing. USA tax penalty health insurance Trump. Let's see what that returns. There you go. Was Trump right to remove the tax penalty for not having health insurance? Can he follow up with his promise on health insurance? No, that's not related. Oh, come on. Why do these Quora things keep coming up and they're fucking useless? Honestly. Oh, God, Quora fucking sucks. Tax penalties for Obamacare. That's weird. Access denied. Obama tax penalty. Trump signed a sweeping tax bill repeals the Affordable Care Act's tax penalty by zeroing out the fines. Okay, he did do that thing. Okay, that's going to be confusing, trying to work that out. Okay, maybe this thing. What's this one say? Fuck off. Individual mandate required nearly all Americans to have some form of health insurance or face a tax penalty. Traditionally, individuals were eligible for hardship exemption, such as homelessness, domestic violence, or natural disasters. New policy allowed hardship exemptions to be claimed more general financial burdens, eliminates the need to provide documentary evidence or written explanation generally required. An individual can claim an exemption on their federal tax return if the expense of purchasing qualified health plan would have caused them to experience deprivation. Documentation is no longer required. People should keep their tax records. This is saying the Obamacare thing was bad. And again, it's such a complex thing. I'm not really in a position to say that. No, I want it. Okay. Fuck me for actually wanting evidence, I guess. And I looked up and I saw what you were referring to. And I will concede the entire thing is too complex for me to have an off the cuff response to it. Oh yeah, the okay, just pointing out, we actually do have an equivalent thing. Medicare levy if you don't have health insurance and you earn above. Apologies. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna take the bait. I'm just gonna look for fun things. Ooh, people wanting to build houses and upset people. Oh, for fuck's sake! What the fuck is this? Sorry, it's like conservative media are still obsessed with Dan Andrews. Secret government documents behind Victoria's controversial COVID lockdowns. Controversial in that they saved tens of thousands of lives. Department of Health lost a 4-year-long fight to keep them concealed. It's some of the toughest COVID rules in the world. That is true. And the longest lockdown. Also true. VCAT said you got to actually answer freedom of information requests. So, okay, this is actually somewhat intriguing. COVID-19 response commander said it'd take about 4 years to process all this guy's freedom of information requests. And it would cost tens of thousands of dollars. A judge in VCAT said that's not grounds for refusal. She thinks the departments may be making up those estimates. Maybe they are. Okay. High public interest in the release of the documents. Oh, wow. That is possibly interesting or possibly stupid. Who knows? It started because you said, don't fucking talk about Trump, which is a dumb fucking statement. Really fucking stupid. Pretending he's not important, pretending he isn't dangerous is just disconnected from reality. Switch off if you want, but saying don't talk about Trump is fucking stupid. And I'm not going to shy away from the fact that saying don't talk about Trump is fucking stupid, like really fucking stupid. It's one of the most important topics in the world. Could this deranged fucking sociopath be in control of the biggest economy and most powerful military in the world? Talking about him because there was a really fucking big story in the news. Oh yeah, Putin's a piece of shit. He's a fucking murdering psychopathic piece of shit. Again, orders of magnitude worse than Trump. But you know, get fucked with saying emotional is a bad reaction too, quite honestly. Um, is again someone who poses life-threatening danger to so many people. I mean, not fucking me, cishet white guy, but it's just saying an emotional response to an extremely dangerous person is bad is fucking stupid. Emotions aren't bad. Emotional responses to terrible things and terrible people aren't bad. It's a simple fact. He exists. He is in the running for the most powerful political office on the planets. Sorry, Justin. I do love the proviso. I'm largely about politics and alcohol. And if I've had lots of alcohol, the politics talks are going to get a bit more extreme. Oh, grow the fuck up, Micro. Honestly, yes. Okay, you know what? You're crossing the line into fucking cuntiness. Okay? So, if you're going to be that much of a cunt, I'm just going to make fun of you. Okay? This is a choice you're making. If you want to be that fucking stupid and that fucking cunty, I'm just going to mock you. If you want to calm the fuck, don't tell me I'm being emotional while you're being an obnoxious baiting shit stain. Just grow the fuck up. Can have another drink of mineral water to calm down. It's like, yeah, if you're just going to be childish and insulting, I'm going to be more childish and more insulting because that's the thing I actually do. And also, at a certain point, as I often say, people, you're being fucking boring on top of it, and that's when I'll fucking cut someone off because it's like, you're being boring and stupid and a waste of my time. No, man, actually, you're just saying dumb fucking shit. It's like frankly embarrassing how fucking stupid what you're saying is. I guess that's what it comes down to. It's embarrassing that you'd say something that fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm looking for other news. Okay, this sounds wild. I love when you occasionally see a really wild headache. I'm ready for everything. I don't care. The man refusing to turn up at an Australian colonial court. Tasmanian logging protester. Jim Everett Pua Menameta, I can't pronounce his name, during court as an Aboriginal non-Australian citizen. He doesn't recognise his jurisdiction. He's due in magistrates' court to face trespassing, and he's an octogenarian, and he's going, fuck you, your court's bullshit. I mean, more power to you, buddy. Good luck with that. I don't know where that's going to end up for you, pal, but oof. It's going to come down to what the authorities want to do to you. Oh, good Lord. We're talking about fucking house prices in Australia. Well, those are psycho. Gluten-free baked goods in Sydney. Well, that's kind of boring. Ooh, how 3 households embraced communal living. I mean, that sounds vaguely interesting on the ABC website. Ooh, what the hell? Living with your parents, living in a resident managed housing co-op, living with international borders in a 2-story Queenslander. Damn. So LMA Fitzgerald didn't imagine living with her parents at 31. After living abroad, she moved back into the downstairs of her parents' Palm Beach home with roommate Courtney McHugh. They have their own bathroom, kitchen, living space, but share a backyard and laundry with their parents. So share house and a family home. Median rental price for a 2-bedroom home is $737 a week. She pays off her parents' mortgage instead of a landlord. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, but you need parents who have a house. Her stepfather hopes having a multi-generation household means he and his wife will be cared for as they age. Yeah, no, they're going to put you in an old people's home. Look at these people in South Hobart. In a dozen households in the South Hobart Co-housing Cooperative, Danish-style co-housing project created in the early 2000s. That sounds very hippie-ish. All 12 homes and a common room face a central car-free pedestrian street. Homes range from 2 to 4 bedrooms with a private garden or balcony. Co-op can share communal meals and celebrations in the common room, which also contains a guest flat. Sounds very hippie-ish. Weird web design on this one too. I probably should be showing. And another one in Brisbane. South Brisbane, classic Queenslander holds a melting pot of inhabitants. Lower floor, Claire Quinn, husband Dylan live with 2 children. Above them, international students board together. Students hail from the US. Struggled to find accommodation in Brisbane. Found Claire, opened up her house. Also, again, I guess these students in these people's house are helping them pay the mortgage, I guess. Okay. Well, that was a little diversion. Well, no logical reasons. Because of shit government policy, basically. The whole tax breaks for multiple properties is ridiculous. There's no way people should be rewarded for hoarding properties. It's bollocks. I mean, people want to buy multiple properties. I guess they got the money to do it. But making all of us pay for these people having multiple houses is fucking ridiculous. We're a third world country compared to that. I think we're like, our dollar's only 2/3 of US dollars. And yes, it's a lack of investment in housing and the destruction of public housing. No, conservative governments had the policy of massive tax breaks for hoarding properties, and the Labor governments have been too gutless to change it. Well, they did get hammered by conservative media when they suggested trying it. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's a lack of investment and really fucking bad policy. And it's just like virtually everyone in Parliament is a fucking landlord. And that's why they don't change anything to make things less appealing for landlords, because they're all fucking landlords. Yeah. Does that sound familiar to you, Nook? Tories doing something shitty and Labor not repealing it? Oh, Howard put in I don't know about negative gearing, but he put in some absolutely absurd tax concessions that like no one else in the world has. It's like fucking ridiculous. Yeah, and I don't know if what the Greens are doing is helping or hindering, whatever. Yeah, you got your politicians with skin in the landlord game. But even when, the politicians aren't landlords themselves, there's the massive bribes/donations from fucking property developers. Is Howard a landlord? I mean, fucking probably. I don't know. Let's actually look that up. Albanese is. Does John Howard own investment property? Does John Howard own investment property? Okay, I didn't get an easy. Oh god, and there's a property developer called John Howard. For fuck's sake, that's just confusing things. God damn it. SBS politicians and their property portfolios, but that's probably modern, so John Howard won't be on it. Yeah, that was only last year. Um. Oh, god damn it. So I didn't find an easy answer to John Howard and investment properties. Like I said, the fucking thing is complicated um, by the fact that there's a John Howard property developer. Jesus. Yeah, okay. Short answer is I can't get an easy answer to that. So, yeah. Yeah, I think Albanese owned multiple properties, although I could be wrong on that. And yes, my parents did own the family home. My younger brother bought it um, from my mum, and he lives in it now with his family. God, property prices in Dubbo are probably fucking insane at the moment. Let's look it up. Let's look up properties for sale in Dubbo. Not West Dubbo, because that's just terrible. I've been overdue to slag off West Dubbo. Dubbo property for sale. Realestate.com. Let's look at Jesus fuck. Okay, it's a pretty big property. 5 Opal Street, Dubbo, 1.9 million. Okay, there's a regular looking house for 560,000. Another place for 375,000. Another one for 600,000. Another one for 500,000. Jesus, what's this place for $1 million? Lombardi Drive. I don't even know that road. 500,000. So, Jesus, some pretty fucking expensive properties in Dubbo. Where is it? Sorry, I heard beeps. I'm just checking what the beeps were. Oh, Music of Aviator been working tonight. Nice. I like to see the orchestra photos on the Discord. Luke, you got to go. See you another time. Oh, I got to go too. It's 10 o'clock. Oh, God, no. Canberra is just fucking scary. It's like Sydney or Melbourne. But Dubbo prices are pretty fucking wild, quite honestly. But there's a flat for a flat in Dubbo for $250,000. Jesus Christ. Another one for 500,000. 500,000. 500,000. 770,000. 600,000. Why are there so many houses for sale in Palmer Street? Okay, that one kind of looks shit. Is that cheap? Because it looks like shit. 4 or 5 bedroom house sought after South Dubbo, Palmer Street. Holy what? No, they're not saying what the fucking price is on this one for some reason. It's an ugly shit looking house. Probably should show you what I'm looking at, yeah? So I'm slightly less rambly. Where are we? Okay. Dubbo properties. Where are we? Trying to say. Well, go back. That's that's just shit. That's ugly. That's a fucking box. That should be cheap. But look at that one. Coming up to 700,000. Ooh, that one's so important. All you see is the fence. Okay, we need to see this. 1.5 million. Big old driveway. Big old house. The kitchen. Swimming pool. Kitchen again. Lots of pictures of the kitchen. Apparently, we all want to see the kitchen. The lounge room, dining room, bedroom, other bedrooms, study, pool room, bathroom, patio, hedge, triple garage. Jesus, it's fucking big. But $1.5 million to live in Dubbo, for fuck's sake. Shit's wild, yo. Ooh, look, they got a bar. Oh, I want that. A bar in Dubbo. Damn, okay. Burke Street? That doesn't have a price. I just look at that. $800,000. How can it be so expensive to live in fucking Dubbo, for fuck's sake? When that's a farm. $500,000 for a pretty fucking ugly looking house. God, 800,000 for that. Okay, I don't want to sound too mean, except I do. Who the fuck's paying that to live in Dubbo? No, the mansion's obviously not West Dubbo. Oh yeah, no, compared to the US cities. But this is a country town in the middle of fucking nowhere. I reckon if you bought the $1.5 million house, everyone would talk about you in the supermarket. Is that what we were referencing? Dubbo, look, one of the more affordable places in Australia, definitely. So, but again, Jesus Christ. Okay, and this is how old I am. When I was a kid in Dubbo, all those prices there, those were Sydney prices. And now they're fucking Dubbo prices. And Sydney prices are just ridiculous. Dubbo is in the middle of bloody nowhere, honestly. Just in the middle of the state with fuck all around it except farms and small towns. So, yeah. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed. You know what? I'm just going to do it. So, I'm going to dip. See you all another time. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? It's a big, wild, crazy world. Anything could happen. I got weird hiccups. So, I'm going to go to bed. So, you all take care. I'll see you another time. But I will say...